So I'm trying to understand Buenos Aires. And I've only got a week.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
Kind of amazing they work, you know? I look at a plane, I'm figuring, I understand scientifically how they fly, but it doesn't look like it should work.
No, it doesn't.
That's a big hunk of metal.
Yeah.
And who are these people? Are they waiting for friends to arrive, or no? They're just here looking at planes.
Yes, it's popular. You come here and you watch a couple of planes come and go.
The whole family.
Yeah.
Buenos Aires, capital of Argentina, second largest country in South America. It's got a quirky, unique character all its own. It looks like no other place, and it feels unlike any other.
Silence.
Yeah, right? It's very pretty here. I mean, it's really beautiful. I'm glad I came in the summer. It's when it's quiet. It's got sort of a mournful, sad, sweet quality that I like. Fits with the architecture. Where does everybody go? Like now, where is everybody?
The city's empty. The month of January, everyone go for holidays.
January and February are the hottest months here, middle of summer. And most porteños who can afford it get out of town to cooler climes.
They go to Uruguay or Mar del Plata, which is our beach, or to Patagonia, or to the north. I have a home in Patagonia, far away from any restaurant. It has no internet, no electricity, no phone.
I mean, it's a little antisocial. For a guy who's a communicator, you're all over television.
Yeah, I'm not very social.
Chef restaurateur Francis Malman is one of the biggest and most influential figures in Latin American gastronomy. A TV star, head of a restaurant empire, and now in middle age, gives delightfully few shits about anything unimportant.
This is a restaurant I love, Carlitos. He serves you whatever he has. There's no menu.
Of Of all the places in the world that Francis Mallmann can eat and has eaten, it's this place he wanted to take me to. Bodegón Don Carlitos.
It's him and his wife in the kitchen with the 2 daughters. There's nobody else, and they've been open for 45 years.
An unassuming family-run joint across from the soccer stadium.
So who are the customers ordinarily?
You know, it doesn't have prices. It's fun because you see very simple people, and if you look sort of wealthy and elegant, you will get a big check, and if not, you'll get a small check. That's the way it works. This is Carlitos. Carlitos.
What do you do, sir?
We can.
Thank you. Oh, beautiful. I will have this guy.
There are gods here besides tango and football, or soccer as we call it. There's beef. Porteños, as residents of Buenos Aires, are called like beef, and meat in general, but particularly beef.
That's fantastic. Man, I love this place already.
Yes, I love meat. I eat meat every day. La morcilla.
Now that's exciting. This is one of my favorite things on earth.
Le boudin.
Love it. Now, it's a proud country. I mean, one of the stereotypes is that Argentines are too proud, that they're full of themselves, vain, proud. If this is so, why is psychotherapy so huge in this country? I mean, this is the kingdom of doubt.
You know, my kids have been to the shrink since they're 8 for a year or 2. Because, you know, we go to the shrink and talk to someone who you don't know.
Right.
With whom you can say whatever you want. I did it myself a couple of years when I was 30.
I mean, it's an extraordinary thing because in many cultures, to confess that you need to even confide in someone is seen as a sign of weakness. Here, everybody does it and in no way frowned upon it. It's kind of cool. Because I could use somebody. I need somebody to talk to.
Have you ever done it?
I was a teenager. My parents caught me with drugs, and as part of the deal to stay out of trouble, I saw a therapist briefly.
Meet Mariana, my therapist. Argentina has the distinction of being home to more head shrinkers per capita than anywhere else in the world.
So, Tony, what brought you here?
What brought me here? Well, things have been happening. Like, I will find myself in an airport, for instance, and I'll order an airport hamburger. It's an insignificant thing. It's a small thing. It's a hamburger, but it's not a good one. Suddenly, I look at the hamburger and I find myself in a spiral of depression that can last for days. George Orwell said something that really upset me. He talked about human beings are essentially tubes into which we shove food. And this is my job. I travel around the world with these people, and they turn on the cameras, and then for a certain period of time, my job is to shove food into my face. And
what's wrong with that?
You have to eat.
Wow. Look at that. They're just not messing around here, right?
It's beautiful.
I mean,
No, it's perfect food.
wow. I mean, it's really unnecessarily delicious. What kind of food is this? Where is it rooted?
Between Italy and Spain, and then a bit of the gaucho too with the meat, the way he cooks it. La Boca, this neighborhood, is very Italian. They say that this is where Tango was born, in this little street 2 blocks away here called Caminito.
And where does that come from emotionally? The need for tango, why here?
Tango is extremely sad. It's about love, about despair, it's about poverty. And the dance, I think, is one of the most elegant dances in the world, you know, when they barely move and suddenly they stop. When they stop, you know, you tremble because you feel that the man is sort of inside of her almost. And then he goes on.
It's crushingly lonely. I travel over 200 days a year. So I had this dream again that I've had as long as I can remember. I'm stuck in a vast, old Victorian hotel with endless rooms and hallways, trying to check out, but I can't. I spend a lot of time in hotels, but this one is menacing because I just can't leave it. There's another part to this dream always where I'm trying to go home, but I can't quite remember where that is.
Are you alone?
I'm alone in this dream, yes.
In my heart, what I like of Buenos Aires in Argentina is that we take time to sit down and have lunch every day.
Totally. Yeah, I'm always hungry.
And they finish lunch and they stay at the table for 1 hour more with their friends. And then they go to work or they have a siesta.
Then nap.
And then a nap.
Very important.
Yeah.
Totally, I'm on board with that.
On the outskirts of town, in the roaring summer heat, the fires still burn hot. The tempting miasma of meat fills the mid-afternoon air. On the parrilla, many parts of once living things sizzle and char for the pleasure of those porteños who remain in town. Like Mariana, my new therapist.
Wow, what?
Wow.
Wow, I don't think that's enough.
Meat is king, and fire, and we shall go hard in honoring the flame.
God, I don't know where to attack this first.
All of us, we call it achuras.
Achuras.
Kidney,
Right.
sausage, which is chorizo, black sausage, which is the morcilla here.
And this is the famous intestine, right?
Yes.
After a week or two here, even confirmed carnivores like myself will fall to their knees, praying for a vegetable.
So, is this normal, like lunch for people?
Yes, completely.
Tell me, what did you do during your time in Buenos Aires?
Ate a lot of meat.
Yeah.
You have any vegetables in this country at all?
You know, there are a lot of vegetarian people here.
Yeah, right.
And they...
Chicken.
A chicken is a vegetable, isn't it?
Why is therapy so big in Argentina? Because, I mean, the country also has this gaucho tradition, a very macho tradition.
Yes, that's what therapy is for. They can do it there.
They can. So it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay.
See, as New Yorkers, we tell each other, you tell strangers all of your problems. We overshare.
Well, people here don't overshare.
No. I feel like Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
If he stayed in nice hotel suites with high thread count sheets, that would be me. I feel kind of like a freak, and I feel very isolated. I communicate for a living, but I'm terrible at communicating with people I care about. I'm good with my daughter. An 8-year-old is about my level of communication skills, so that works out.
Oh, my God.
That was just the vegetable course.
Yes.
Later, I'm gonna have a nap. That would be a porteño thing to do. Like after, yeah, have a nice.
It's more like people from the provincias, from the.
Right. Well, that's me. I'm a country. No, I'm not. I'm not a country boy.
No,
Actually.
you're a city boy.
I'm a city boy, but I do like naps. So regular people, all summer long, you're stuck in Buenos Aires. What do you do?
Go for a barbecue. Go out for dinner. You have a lot of shows and concerts and music.
So what's the best season, the best time of year for you? The best money, the best business?
That is summer.
In the summer?
Summer, yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
What? Because it's tourists.
European people, or from the north, from the States, Canada.
Right,
This is cold now, they come into the summer.
Right.
All hail the waiter, the career server, that great disappearing species of proud, well-trained specialists, members of the service industry who trace their roots back to the great hotels of Europe and beyond into history. Those who remain, like this man Mario, we salute you.
So how many years in the dining room? A lot.
Yeah, I started when I was 70 years old in a restaurant.
17.
17 years.
The people who work in the kitchen, one type of personality. The people in the dining room, you need to be more sociable.
I like very much to speak with all people from the whole world. And I speak English, German, I speak German very well, Italian, Portuguese.
A friend of mine who's worked in the business a long time, he tells me, whenever a man comes into the restaurant with a woman, they never say, oh, Mr. Good to see you again.
No.
You don't know if the woman is his wife or someone else. And if you say, oh, so good to see you again, they say, what do you mean again? I thought you said you'd never been here.
I remember when I was 18 years old, I was in a restaurant working, came a man with his wife and say, how are you, Dr. Rodriguez?
Right.
Always do you go to the nightclub?
Ooh.
Shh. That man won't kill you.
Right, big problem now.
No, of course, no, never must say that.
If you're a cheap tipper, by the way, or rude to your server, you are dead to me. You are lower than whale feces.
20, 30 years ago, waiting was a profession.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Everybody learned certain skills. If you need to bone out a fish, serve the fish at the table side.
I make everything.
Right. So steak flambe.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem, no.
Right. Crepe Suzette.
Crepe Suzette, of course. Everything things I do it, yeah.
All of this, of course.
Yeah, I know.
Fold the napkins.
Yeah, all that shit. I remember when I started in the dining room, there was 5 captains, 6 waiters, 5 assistant waiters, sommelier, assistant sommelier. It was quite different. Nowadays it's more simple. All come in dish, they put them
Right.
in, yeah.
In France, no more. You don't see it.
No more, no?
No, in the Michelin restaurants, you don't see it.
Nowadays the people are more simple, yeah.
Because they're easy.
Yeah. Easy, very easy. They say, keep me red wine, keep me white wine, no problem which one. This work was I do it as waiter, slowly melting away. Once I finish, I suppose 15 years or 20 years more, it's finished.
To the old style. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Porteños see themselves as? I mean, do they say, well, I'm Argentine, I'm from Argentina, or do they say, well, my people came from Italy, or my people came from...
Or from Spain. The porteño itself, they think there is from another planet. No, I'm porteño, I'm from Buenos Aires. I'm different from anybody else.
I tell stories for a living. I write books. I make television. A reasonable person does not believe that you are so interesting that people will watch you on television. I think this is evidence of a narcissistic personality disorder to start with.
Do you think you had a narcissistic personality before you start to be like a public person, or after that?
Before, I think before, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I think always.
So
It's nothing to be done.
I know that the morning after you'll become a monster that brings me up and things about to blow. A monster. Monster! 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 Monster!
spread of so many thoughts, Buenos Aires. You have, you know, the life of the musicians, which is very important here, the tango, all the artists. Then you have sort of the corporate world, which is always boring. And on the other edge, you have in the very poor neighborhoods all these hundreds of thousands of children that run behind a ball and they want to be soccer players. And they have a dream, it's all they have. And they know the faster they run, the harder they hit that ball, the better they move around it, maybe they will get it.
Chef, you do this all the time?
Like once a week.
This late at night?
Yes.
It's way too late for me.
Restaurant subculture, depending on where you are, can revolve around a number of activities, not all of them wholesome in my experience. The business is hard, the hours are long, the camaraderie intense. After a long day and night of work, the mind turns to soccer? Okay, this is a distinguishing feature I was frankly unprepared for.
So everyone here work for you?
Well, we have like two teams, you know. He's the chef of Le Grill. It's a parrilla.
Yes.
And close, like 2 blocks, we have Chila, and I'm the chef.
So of course.
And we have the 2 teams.
Right.
Chef Soledad Nardelli, along with her husband and business partner, owns and operates Chila Restaurant, where she still works the line.
We, as a country, we are ignorant of our culture, traditions. We have a lot of products, not only meat.
Un bife solo a punto, por favor.
It's 1 a.m., and tonight it's a blood match between the crews of Chila and its sister restaurant, Le Grill.
We share a lot of products with Peru, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. We have the big influence of immigrants like Germans, Swiss people, Netherlands. So that is our identity.
Rich traditions.
Yeah. Do you want a drink?
What do you have?
We have Fernet.
Fernet.
We've been drinking a little bit.
Oh, good.
We are used to drink aperitifs,
Right.
the digestives. It's good for your stomach.
Right.
You know? You know?
So it's healthy.
Yes.
I ain't playing no soccer. Alcohol and meat in tube form, however, are more familiar to me.
The chorizos are homemade. 40% pork, 40% cow, and all the cuts are dry aged. So,
Sweet. So it's got some funk.
yeah.
I don't know whether it's the television or the 30 years in the restaurant business. I never understood how normal people lived. You know, when I was a chef, I worked all day. I hung out all night with other cooks, other restaurant people. You know, like I really love like barbecuing on vacation in the backyard. I love cooking for my daughter. I like doing these really normal, mundane things because I never got to do them before. So you've been in the restaurant business a long time?
I started here in Buenos Aires
Right.
18 years ago.
Right, but wait a minute. Cooking was not your original plan. What was the original plan?
Law.
Was law.
Yes.
Yeah. But why would you do such a foolish thing? I mean, there's no money in cooking most of the time. Back then, it was a business dominated entirely by men.
I was not feeling good with myself, you know? I said, maybe I'm going to be a really good lawyer, but I'm not going to be happy in my life.
So right away, you said, okay, I'm going to cook. And you went to Bocuse, to Institute Paul Bocuse?
Yes, at Lyon. Yes?
Yes. It's a tough school.
Yeah. Well,
Very, very traditional.
For me, the experience of France was really hard.
Oh, I can only imagine.
You know, Latin American woman from Argentina, speaking less few French. I cry all night. Call my mom, and she told me like, Sole, go on, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I always said, when I have the opportunity of running my own kitchen, I'm not going to repeat any of the things that they did to me. So, till now, I did it okay, you know?
Good for you. You know, all these tough guys, they're all big babies anyway. Like the first women who came into kitchens when I started, back when it was all men, one woman would come in and pretty soon all the guys are like going crying to them with their problems. It's like, you know, please be my mommy, you know, tell me what to do, you know.
I think we're ready for chorizos, eh?
Thank you so much.
The delicious, delicious choripan is an iconic street food around here for reasons that are immediately obvious once you bite into one.
Oh, that's good. I needed this badly.
Che.
This is Argentinian style. It's beer with Coke.
Beer? No, that's wrong, man. No.
I'm old for this.
Who's here? It's summer, right?
Well, that's a very interesting question. A lot of lower class people that cannot go out for a holiday,
Right.
they stay here
Make
and
their own
they
holiday.
make the party happen in their own neighborhood.
Now, how long is Carnival season here?
And it goes on every weekend for a month.
A month.
Yeah.
Carnival is different in Argentina, decidedly different. In every barrio in Buenos Aires, there are celebrations, with over 100 murgas, as they're called, taking to the streets, traveling from barrio to barrio by bus, doing their thing.
So they're like neighborhood teams?
Yes, every neighborhood has one or two of these murgas,
Right.
and they start in one neighborhood and then go to another and then go to another, and it's healthy competition between every neighborhood.
These guys are Murga Los Amantes. They're from La Boca, which, according to the guidebook, is an old industrial neighborhood in the Port District known for historic buildings and no small amount of crime.
Is it like a parade, a block party?
It's a little bit of each. This is not like Rio Carnival.
Right.
You have a huge parade with lots of money in.
Right. You know, we do a lot of different scenes, most of the meals, or I drive sports cars, I jump out of planes. But there are a few things that terrify me. Carnivals, I'm afraid of clowns. Horrified. People dancing, crowds. You know, I've lived a long life without ever going to Carnival in Rio or Mardi Gras. I don't like it. There's something frightening about crowds, too. I mean, what if they all decide to do one thing at the same time? It starts as a party. 5 minutes later, it's like Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pity that you couldn't enjoy the whole carnival stuff.
Yeah. Okay, this is perfect for me. I'm sitting down, I'm drinking beer. It's all right, honestly.
It has a common roots with Brazilian carnival and Uruguay carnival, but in each place took a different way. In Brazil, it was more for the spectacle and the lights. And here, it's more about the pride of the neighborhood.
Thank you for that. This romanticism, this sadness, this love of sadness. What was it about the history of Argentina that allowed this to take root?
From a difficult life. From a life, you know, living in a little room, but always with the glory and the dream of the night out, of the man who has his beautiful hat for Saturday night. And then next morning, you know, reality's back.
Who's left in the city? Who else stays?
Who else stays? Well,
Construction workers?
construction workers. This building, it's a big one. It's 18 stories.
Right.
It's in the middle of Capital Federal, from the center of Buenos Aires.
Right.
So it's going to be an expensive building.
So who's going to live here?
I don't know. People with money.
I mean, you know, how's the economy?
The economy, it's crazy. It's,
Some people doing good and some people not doing good.
yeah, the middle class has been disappearing.
They tell me that everybody in Argentina sees a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Is this true?
It's true. There's
Everybody?
Yeah. Well, not everybody. People that can afford it, but...
Right.
So let's go back to the first question I asked. What brought you here?
I'd like to be happy. I'd like to be happier. I should be happy. I have, you know, incredible luck.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to be able to, you know, look out the window and say, hey, life is good.
And you don't?
No. I'm not going to get a lot of sympathy from people, frankly. I mean, I have the best job in the world, let's face it. I go anywhere I want. I do what I want. Look, that guy over there loading sausages on the grill, that's work. This is not so bad. It's all right.
Not so bad.
I'll make it.
Yeah.
If people work hard like they do in construction, it is expected that they be well-fed. And in Buenos Aires, well-fed means, yeah, you guessed it.
How often do they do this?
Once a week, on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
They used to do it every day, but economic, you know, the meat
Right. Meat
is really expensive.
expensive now.
remember, you know, walking on the street and you smell the...
You smell it from the construction sites.
Yeah.
So most construction sites, they do like this?
Everyone.
Nico, lead singer of Octophonic.
Hola.
Like nearly every porteño,
Sweet.
he knows good beef
Gracias.
and where to find it.
It's good. Unless you work hard, you need a big hunk of meat.
It's, you know, from the low chain of the meat, but it still has a lot of fat, and it's
Right. Good for you.
Yeah. He says that we need some wine, red wine.
Yeah, right?
I saw some construction sites that they have.
They serve wine?
Yeah.
Man.
I guess the owners of this construction especially are strict about it.
I'd be a little nervous.
Yeah, of course.
Guys up on the top floor
50
drinking.
meters. Yeah.
So where are most of these guys from?
¿Son todos de acá ustedes? ¿O paraguayo también? ¿Vos sos paraguayo? We got one from Paraguay here. A lot from Argentina.
From Buenos Aires or from outside of Buenos Aires?
Usually from inside, from the provinces.
And how long has the job lasted?
I was asking, it started 1.5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a long time. How much work is there? A lot, a little? I mean, after this, another job?
¿Tienen trabajo después de esto, no? ¿Terminan este y van a otro? Yeah, I guess they jump from construction to construction.
So they're working regular, always?
Yeah.
Seguir y seguir la huella. Es demasiado aburrido. Seguir y
It's hard to get back to work after having...
Yeah, I just want to go home and sleep.
de mi carreta. Nunca los voy a engrasar.
Flying out, just a few hours.
And you're going now next to Rome? It's such a beautiful city.
No, next, Brazil, then to Japan, Nashville, Vietnam, Houston. You know, like there's the evil cheeseburger that sets me off, the evil hamburger. Suddenly I'm super depressed for days. It's like that with the good stuff too. I have a couple of happy minutes there where I'm thinking, life is pretty good. This is cool, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah. It's like the movies, but cheaper.
Yeah, right?
The pilot of the airplane saying hi to the kids.
Wow. What's in the box, man? What's in there?
Here we have Amargo Obrero, which is like workman's bitter. It's a kind of vermouth.
Yeah, I'll have some of that.
So, how are you doing therapy?
My therapy? Oh, I feel all better now.
Yeah?
All better. What do you think? How, I mean, is there hope for me?
Wow.
Oh, boy. Oh, that doesn't sound promising.
I think what is good is that you start thinking or keep thinking about what's wrong in your life, what do you want to change, and especially what do you feel you can't change.
I was kind of hoping for a prescription for, like, morphine. Was this an unreasonable expectation?
I think you should keep doing therapy too.
Yeah, me too. You're probably right.
Yes.
I love staying in Buenos Aires in summer when the streets are empty. I love the city. I was born here, this huge metropolis where a lot of cultures melt. People from all Latin America, people from Asia, people from Europe. The personality of Buenos Aires is made from the melt of cultures.
When I get back to New York, I'll tell you, I'm gonna get off that plane, I'm gonna make myself a big salad. Excuse me, kid, what? Sorry for the language. All right, what do you say we get some sausages?
Yeah.
The South is not a monolith. There are pockets of weirdness, awesomeness, and then there's Charleston, where for some time now, important things have been happening with food. A lot of them having to do with this guy.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
What are we drinking? Beer? Are we drinking harder stuff? What's going on?
I usually go with a Budweiser and a Jägermeister.
Budweiser and a Jägermeister. So you're any notion of going local right out the window.
Yeah.
2 Jaegers?
Yeah, 2 Jägers. Yeah. Cheers. Good to
Cheers,
see you
man.
again, man.
The first one's never good. The first one is never good. But it gets easier after the first one.
So look, this is not my first time to Charleston, as you know. I did do a show here before, and I'm still taking shit about it. Apparently, I really f***ed up the first time I came here because I made a number of errors. Apparently, none more egregious than going out for like doing an oyster roast and drinking champagne.
I've never heard of such a thing. Well, champagne of beers is okay with
Right.
oysters.
See, that's what. It must have been a typo.
Maybe somebody got confused somewhere.
Anyway, I got it wrong. This time, I'm getting it right, which is why I've come to you.
You could be forgiven for underestimating Sean Brock first time you meet him. I know I did. I saw a scruffy-looking dude in a trucker cap who always seemed to have a bottle of really good bourbon on hand.
Stutzelweller, 1991, 18 years old. This is the end of great whiskey. It didn't come in this bottle. This is my travel bottle because it's plastic, you see, so it don't break when you get rowdy.
It took me a little time to discover the ferocious intellect, the inquiring nature, the uniquely focused and purposeful talent of the man. Without a doubt, one of America's most important chefs. A guy who's redefining what not just Southern cooking is, was, and can be, but American cooking as a whole.
going to talk a lot about this over the next week, about the notions of universal awesomeness. Is the Waffle House universally awesome?
We have one choice for late night eating, and it's the Waffle House. And they create this environment where no matter how blitzed you are or how normal you are welcome and treated equally with an experience. It's not just like, you know, eating a plate of food.
You're talking about it like it's a magical spiritual place.
It's beyond a magical spiritual place.
It is indeed marvelous. An irony-free zone where everything is beautiful and nothing hurts. Where everybody, regardless of race, creed, color, or degree of inebriation, is welcomed. Its warm yellow glow, a beacon of hope and salvation, inviting the hungry, the lost, the seriously hammered all across the South to come inside. A place of safety and nourishment. It never closes. It is always faithful, always there for you.
When I was a kid, I was obsessed with this place because I wanted to be a chef. And this is the only place that I've ever been to where I actually watched people cook. This was action to me because I would see these people cooking at a pace and cooking for people who were completely out of control, but still providing hospitality. It was one of the things that really helped me fall in love with cooking.
Waffle House.
Yes.
I can't believe I didn't know about this.
I am unbelievably, in spite of my world travels, new to the wonders of the Waffle House and unfamiliar with its ways. The terminology, for instance, is new to me.
Now look, I'm looking at my hash brown and I am already confused and enticed.
Here's the thing,
Sausage
you
gravy.
can't go all in because you want everything.
I need to make a choice.
So there's a balance. And then when you find your balance, you memorize it. I go scattered, covered, smothered chunks.
Which means I gather, scattered on the griddle, heaped with brown onions, cheese, and chunks of hickory smoked ham.
That's my style. Like, I've been doing that since day one. And I don't even know what that means.
You know what I know? I don't want waffles at the Waffle House.
Bullshit, man. You have to have...
Waffles?
Okay, you have to have pecan waffle. Now, so what I've devised as a chef is a tasting menu experience where you can sit down and really experience what this place does. And you start out, first thing you have, pecan waffle.
Really?
Right, gentlemen.
Oh.
Oh, the pecan waffle. You just crush it. You put
Just slather it.
I want it to be swimming in syrup and homogenized vegetable oil.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
See, you don't come here expecting the French Laundry. You come here expecting something amazing.
This is better than the French Laundry, man.
And then, second course, patty melt, split. Patty melt. Come on. That's not insanely delicious.
Oh, God
Not
damn.
insanely delicious.
No meal is complete without sunny side up egg.
Oh, yeah.
And then a green salad with some Thousand Island dressing would be amazing. Would you rather have thin cut pork chops or T-bone?
I would like both.
Heinz 57 is the best, man. One of the more complex sauces in the American repertoire.
Really?
You want to talk shit about it? This is sauce work. Trust me, this is gonna change your life.
No, that's wrong, man. Come on.
This was a brilliant human being who had a recipe. It was amazing, and they got a bad rap.
You're talking about like Ronald McDonald. He had a good idea. No, you're wrong. I'm sorry. Here's where we part ways, my friend. Here's my sauce.
After a few bites of waffle, a burger, a hunk of generic T-bone, and some hash browns, one feels drawn right to the center of what makes our country great. An America yeah moment that drives me to clamber up on the counter and start reciting Walt Whitman, the Star-Spangled Banner, Oh Say Can You See, and you know what? I doubt I'd be the first.
Oh my
Give
God.
me a break.
The umami happened.
Yes, yeah, give me a break.
You know what umami means in Japanese? Actually, the literal translation of umami?
Orgasm?
No. Umami means, in Japanese, literally, it means, I will suck your for a bite of that burger.
You bite the pork chop.
Everybody needs a place, a community, something larger than oneself to care about, to be part of. A place to hide when times get tough, where you're accepted for who you are, where the rhythms of a summer afternoon, the crack of a bat, the roar of the crowd are music. Behold the mighty Charleston River Dogs, a minor league feeder team for the New York Yankees. Meet one of the owners of the Charleston River Dogs, Charleston resident Bill Murray.
Just said I'd had too many beers to drive. I'm gonna take shotgun.
We're gonna see how fast he can go all the way around the outfield.
Today, the River Dogs are facing the evil forces of the dreaded Savannah Sand Gnats.
Yow! That's gonna score a run, and that's gonna leave a mark. He's gonna hold him.
Bad day for the Sand Gnats.
You're hated! You're hated!
We will crush you like a, well, sand gnat.
A sand gnat has almost no backbone, almost no skeletal structure. They fold.
As difficult as it might have been to forego the joys of the bacon-wrapped foot-long corn dog known as the pig on a stick, we knew we'd be coming here. Husk, Sean's restaurant in downtown Charleston, one of two that have helped make the city a fine dining destination.
So I want to know, Southern living, it's very different up there and down here. It's a big transition. Easy for you or not?
It's easy. The driving was the real transition because I drive like a New York person, and when you come here driving like New York, it takes you a while to recover. But I'm right on the edge here, like telling people that this is a really nice place to come, and really I don't want anyone else to come. I like it the way it is. There's a lot of insects. It's really, really hot in the summer, and the traffic is worse than it ever was.
Husk directly addresses Southern culinary traditions using the best of modern techniques, but always, always respecting the originals and who made them.
It's a pressing matter to redefine Southern food. If I were a Southerner, I would make it a personal mission because it was distorted for so long. But as a Northerner, why should Northerners care?
Well, I think if you look at the history of food in America, there's no denying that Southern food was the first, true cuisine that had this foundation, and that's important to preserve. And to me, though, it kind of goes back to the idea of you should be cooking and preserving and celebrating the food of your grandmother.
People take a real pride in their ability to cook my aunt's recipe, my grandmother's recipe. Of this is how we made these, and the standard of food here is so high that when I go around any place, I just go, eh.
Country ham, bread and butter pickles, and of course, Sean being Sean, there will be bourbon.
I just like to start a meal with pickles and ham. I'll try not to geek out too much, but this is a very special breed of pig that came over here in the 1500s. It's called Ossabaw. The Spaniards brought it. It has a very particular flavor. And this one's aged 3 years.
It's ridiculously good. That's the best American ham I've ever had,
Oh,
far and
thank
away.
you.
That is unbelievable.
These two things together, these are my two favorite things in the whole entire world. Stitzel Weller whiskey and old country ham. So this is an old dish that I dug up in one of those old books that I study. It's an old-fashioned oyster pie.
Ooh.
So just grab your spoon and just dig all the way down. The oysters are in the bottom.
How old is this recipe?
It was well documented in the 19th century, pre-Civil War.
That's good. Yes.
Oh, God.
So, shrimp and grits is the dish of Charleston. I mean, it really is. It's the dish I crave when I leave Charleston and come back. This version is one of the older ones where we actually make hominy first by nixtamalizing the corn. So you'll taste the grits are a little bit different.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's really great looking.
And then we make a brown gravy, which is the most classic way, and on top, crispy pig ears.
You get grannies coming and saying, I haven't tasted this since I was a little kid?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Wow, that's good.
We were trying to replicate the emotion of that the Southern food provides you in a time where good ingredients weren't available. So we made up for tasteless ingredients by frying them or dumping butter on them.
Right.
Now we don't have to.
Wow, what's going on here? It's just an onslaught of awesomeness here.
We didn't order this.
So Hoppin' John, so pit beans that have been cooking over the fire all day. These are the red peas that came from West Africa. This is the original Carolina gold rice, hand harvested with Benny. Grilled whiting, which is what nobody eats in Charleston in restaurants. It's what everybody eats in homes, with some spring vegetables. And then this is a suckling pig. That's the same breed Ossabaw as we had earlier with the ham, mixed with a mule foot, cooked on a spit, some cream corn and cornbread.
Wow.
So this is going to be my first mule foot.
But this is like my favorite way to eat, you know, just family style, pass stuff around.
Oh, yeah. The rice is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. You see Bubba Gump. You get angry?
I get very angry.
For me, it's Chili's. Because you see Chili's along the Mexican border. It's like, what the? I'm sorry, do we have a shortage of Mexicans in this party? There's like a shortage of good food, and you're eating at Chili's? I really want to like pull up the car, get a tire iron, and walk in and just straighten some people out. You know?
Clean house, Roadhouse style.
Roadhouse, vastly underrated film.
You guys are both into Roadhouse?
Such a great film. Swayze, what else do you need to know? You can deconstruct this film forever. The more you watch it, the more mysteries unfold.
I've never seen anyone enjoy Roadhouse more than I do.
What?
My friend's wife, Kelly Lynch, plays the doctor that stitches up Heather Swayze in the movie.
Yes.
She's the romantic interest, right? The unattainable romantic interest. And I have, for the last I don't know, probably about 25 years, called his home in the middle of the night and said, "You don't know me, but your wife's getting slammed up against the wall by Patrick Swayze. She's not putting up much of a fight." And then hang up.
It is in many ways a perfect film.
It's a whiskey talking.
What is down-home Southern cooking? Where did it come from? Who's responsible? Well, it's always useful when asking those kinds of questions, wherever you are, to ask first, who did the cooking back then, in the beginning? Where did they come from?
When you meet people here, you know that you're seeing a direct descendant of a slave that was here after the slaves were freed.
Ashley Green grew up on Mosquito Beach on James Island in Charleston. Her mother owns the property, which has been in her family for generations. Fact of the matter is, in the Old South, back when the dishes, flavors, and ingredients of Southern cooking, which is to say American cooking as opposed to European, chances are that food was grown, gathered, produced, and prepared by African slaves. Chef VJ Dennis has made it a personal mission to celebrate and protect the culinary traditions his ancestors passed down to him.
So this is some local blue crab, just fresh in season. This is a play on some garlic crabs, but this is shrimp butter instead of the garlic butter. And then you have that play of, the French influence into the cuisine right here.
The flavors and textures and foodways of West Africa are all over Southern cooking, and there are few better places to see how short the line between there and here than Gullah culture.
I'm really enjoying this, I gotta tell you.
This is so delicious.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
How African is traditional Gullah cooking?
Well, I think what happens is you change the location of the people, but you did not change who the people were. You did not change the information that they came with their traditions.
If you look at the history of American food, you'll quickly see that this is one of the first true cuisines of America.
Oh, what's that? What is this? This looks good.
We going back to West Africa.
All right.
Soft-shell crabs and conch in a decidedly West African-inflected peanut stew with Carolina rice, sautéed squash, and zucchini.
Oh, that's so good.
Man, it's been a while since I had conch.
Clearly, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, there's a different kind of interest in Charleston than existed 20 years ago, right? Is something happening here, and is it a good, what's
Good and
changed?
bad. So, I mean, it's good to have people to have a more diverse community in a sense, but then you also lose a little bit.
The danger is they're coming to Charleston because of the beauty, and we're having to fight against, bigger entities that seek to get the land so that they can develop it. And so we're fighting to keep what's been ours. And so it's important for us to preserve this area, preserve this culture for generations to come.
According to the U.S. government, almost 50% of all the children in this country fail to get their recommended daily allowance of vitamins.
Fast food restaurants have discovered that we like our food heavily salted.
Just add water and 2 of your own fresh eggs.
Because of industry's innovations in farm chemicals and machinery.
Taste it. How did it happen that we ended up with Southern food being the most sort of cruelly hijacked into this cartoonish parody of itself?
Modern, clean, advanced, complete meat processing.
I think it's a combination of 2 massive cultural influences that came together at the same time. The idea of industrialization came late to the South. When it hit, we got pellagra. The first nutrition laws in America were written in South Carolina because everybody moved into mill villages and immediately started eating processed food because they weren't growing their food anymore. The The second thing that happened is there was a massive amount of expertise that was lost during the Civil War.
A lot of the Southern revival, the whole turnaround, started with this guy, Glenn Roberts, a man who asked a simple question: how come grits aren't as good as they used to be? And by starting the heirloom grain company, Anson Mills decided to do something about it.
So why do this? Why do something as unwanted? Meaning nobody was particularly crying after. You know, we need rice that used to taste like it did in 1837. We need grits, that better grits. What called to you that you felt compelled to answer?
I'm a cuisine whore. You know, I think that culture is interactive with cuisine. As soon as you look at cuisine, you're looking at politics, you're looking at medicine, you're looking at the advanced thinking.
I'll agree with you that there's nothing more political than food.
You got it.
Chef Mike Lotta's restaurant Fig was one of the first and most important on the Charleston scene, determined to source the kind of local products that you used to find everywhere in the Low Country. As much as I'd like to illustrate that solid grounding in traditional ingredients and preparations with my order, I could not resist the soft-shell crabs, which are just in season, with a pasta and shaved botarga, which frankly, I'd slit my best friend's throat for.
Wow, that looks great.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Sweet. When you had your first forkful of proper rice, is there an instinct to go out and sort of bludgeon the rest of the world in it, understanding what you have just come to understand?
I did not run up and down the streets of Charleston. It was tough to dislodge people here. So I just went straight to San Francisco,
right.
And I gave away tons of product. And guess what? They went crazy.
Slow-baked black bass, Anson Mills farro, ramps in season, and lettuces. And this ode to all things Glenn is responsible for bringing back: heirloom rice and peas, suckling Ossabaw pig, and chicken confit with Carolina gold rice.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't that great? This is phenomenal. These peas are killer.
I'm hitting the rice next.
That's got the entire history of Southern agriculture in it.
Right here.
Right there, in that little bowl. This whole idea of having a century in a dish, none of this stuff was here 20 years ago.
Near the end of the Civil War, during General Sherman's Scorched Earth campaign, seed stores were a favored target. It was largely African slaves who were able to save the seeds that Glenn is now able to locate and reintroduce.
It is those people who kept the corn. It is those people who kept the cowpeas. It's those people who kept the vegetables because they couldn't buy their way out of not doing it.
You know, when you talk about chitlins, pigfoot, hog maws, African Americans in the North do not embrace those poor people classics of the South. There's an overlay of pain and oppression that goes with it. How do we combat that?
What you're speaking about is walking away from your own culinary heritage because of social sensitivity. Bottom line is, if you want something that's compelling, that draws on your soul, this is why they call it soul food.
I need the finest in turkey-killing couture. I'm going to be ninja-like, and I want to look cool.
Well, you know, camouflage is the standard go-out wear in South Carolina, so.
I'm bringing that look to New York.
A cool, clear morning, and I do what any sensible Charlestonian would do on a day like this: look for turkeys to kill.
So pants, need those.
All right. You know, in South Carolina, our state bird is the mosquito.
Right, so I want to be covered head to toe.
Next thing, we need to get your face covered up.
I'm going in a Waffle House wearing this. This is totally me.
We do have some turkey vests.
A turkey vest, yes. I've got to have it. This is your last day on Earth, Mr. Turkey. You will die now. Prepare to meet your maker.
Here's the thing about hunting. The likelihood of me successfully shooting even the stupidest animal on camera are about the same as Donald Trump being gracious to anybody or Adam Sandler making a good movie. Basically, a magical unicorn is going to land in front of me and shower me with candy and Vicodins before I shoot a freaking turkey on camera. That shot you heard was me shooting a producer in the calf and telling him to hobble over to the Piggly Wiggly for a frozen gobbler before he bleeds out. And like magic, behold, turkey. Slow, slow barbecue turkey with all the sides you want and need.
What do we got going on here, Chef?
Pig's feet and collard greens.
Oh,
Pickled
damn.
pig's feet and collard greens.
Oh, yes.
And then barbecue coleslaw, some potato salad with ramps, baked red peas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's my weakness right there.
And we made you some very special
mac and
bright
cheese.
orange mac and cheese.
I do love bright orange mac and cheese, as you know. And that's a turkey.
Yep.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Like going to grandma's house.
Mike Lotta from Fig is here, and Jeff Allen, owner of Rebellion Farm.
So at this point, how many others are there like you guys, like who are basically keeping it real as far as real Southern culinary traditions as opposed to sort of the jokey ones?
I feel like just about everybody here is.
More than you would think.
Well, how many people is that?
12.
Yeah, in a town like this, that's pretty amazing.
God damn, this is good. Pig's feet and green, it's just ridiculously good.
This is really moist for a wild turkey.
Like people who say they don't like turkey need to eat this.
So what's your impression of Charleston?
It's it's one of those weird, or distinctly American mutations, kind of like rock and roll or jazz or blues.
That's what makes Charleston so cool, though. There's really nothing else like it in America. And it's been unique since the early part of the 18th century. And the city works hard to preserve that. We have an incredibly gorgeous city that people want to visit, so we have the advantage of tourism.
The clientele definitely gives us the opportunity to be this progressive or
They almost
relevant.
push us to be more than we can even be.
We have an active cuisine. I mean, we've recovered all these, ingredients and rediscovered a lot of the agricultural influences that were destroyed in the 20th century. But we're not just recreating history. We're not going back and cooking the Civil War. These guys are pushing the food forward here, and we're creating a new cuisine.
There's got to be a happy day when you take in a Caesar off the menu forever.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to get some more of that mac and cheese in a minute.
Hell yeah.
We're one of the last few hunters in the world. There's no store for us to go offshore to go and pick those fish up. We have to look for them. We have to go and sort of find the ones we're allowed to harvest. We are the last of the final frontier of hunters, to go in and to feed the world. And that's what we do.
Mark Marhefka has been a fisherman since the 70s. He takes an unusual and much-needed approach to catching fish. Instead of raking the sea of the same overfished, mindlessly popular species, he passionately promotes the just as good and usually better, less known and underutilized stuff.
But one of the great things about the Low Country is the flavor of our waterways, and that wasn't being represented properly in all the restaurants. Then all of a sudden, I hear about this guy who has the most beautiful fish you've ever seen, but you got to go to the dock and get it.
Frustrated by the conventional wisdom, by the mishandling of fish by other distributors, and the narrow range available on the market, he became his own dealer, starting Abundance Seafood, one of the country's first CSFs, or community-supported fisheries. He's changed the way people think about so-called trash fish.
Look at how beautiful it is.
Today's catch, triggerfish.
Any market for these things?
Oh, my God.
Yeah?
Well,
we can't go and keep it in-house enough.
No, really?
Really.
The crazy thing is, it's like, even 5 years ago, there wasn't a single one of these on the menu. Before we all knew Mark, everyone had the same crap on the menu as tuna, salmon, grouper, snapper, which is delicious stuff, but as we all know, we've overfished that. And Mark really taught all of us the beauty of stuff like this.
Nice.
This is a half shell style, so you just leave the scale on, the skin on,
Right.
and just cook it one side up.
It's sort of basting itself.
Yeah. Makes like a cup. It's very Creole.
Is there something out there that you're seeing that's still a hard sell that you wish people would
One of the
jump?
hardest sells is amberjack.
Amberjack for sure.
Amberjack.
The Japanese love it.
Yeah.
Amberjack. Ooh, look at that. That is pretty. Smells good.
Wow. Yum.
Oh, man.
I could eat that 365 days.
Ah, charcoal and fish, man.
I know,
That's so
I know.
good.
Damn, that's good.
Wow. Everybody thinks there's all this great barbecue in the South. It's 99% terrible barbecue. And so to get real barbecue, you gotta drive.
Way out in the weeds, off the main road, and good freaking luck if you could find it, is one of the most respected barbecue joints in the US of A. Run by one of the most respected old-school pitmasters. Ask a chef. Ask anybody who knows good barbecue, and they will tell you where to go. Here, a rundown-looking takeout about 2 hours drive out of Charleston in Hemingway, South Carolina.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
Since I was 11. Grew up doing this.
Crazy.
My family started in 1972, so I grew up running around this place.
It's hard.
It is.
That's why no one does it, man. That's why there's nothing but bad barbecue. Because in my opinion, the only true way to make barbecue is the burn barrel and pits, and you gotta stay up all night.
All night.
Rodney Scott, a man sought after all over the world for some of the finest whole hog barbecue there is. Rodney and his family have been doing it like this and only like this for 43 years. Burn barrel, fresh coals, slow cooked all night in the pit. There are no shortcuts. This ain't a craft, this is a calling.
Look at that.
Yes.
Oh, man.
You gotta have a little bit of white bread with it.
Yeah,
At least
no
a little
doubt.
bit of white.
Yeah, see, this is what everybody always gets wrong in New York. They serve cornbread with barbecue, which of course falls into crumbles. You can't. You gotta have that.
Look at that. This is what we call pork spaghetti.
Gotta have some of that.
Man, that sauce is nice too. It's perfect, right?
Vinegar and pepper.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's my dad's recipe.
But do you do not the standard South Carolina mustard dressing at all? I'm sure people are gonna be pissed at me about this because people feel strongly about these things, but I was not liking that mustard thing.
Around here, you scream mustard, they'll think it's going on a hot dog. It's the only thing they know about mustard here.
Oh, good. Oh, man, that's just so good. Now, how many hours about that pig is cooking?
12 hours.
About 12.
You have to love it. You have to be head over heels in love with it to do that every day. I mean, you ever get sick of eating barbecue?
No, not yet. Not yet.
So we're all gonna be rolling out of here with the Rodney Scott cologne on.
What are we fishing for here?
Well, out here we've got spot-tailed bass, flounder, sea trout.
Really?
Yeah.
Woohoo, watch out there. I got you.
Yeah, and the way you fish here, the idea is just to throw it out as far as you can, and then you just leave it.
Oh, just leave it.
Yep, that's the cool thing about fishing out here.
Oh, good. So I don't have to be working. There's not so much skill involved. So how am I doing in the learning to be a redneck department? Not wearing shoes.
You're looking good right now without shoes on, a fishing pole in your hand. On the dock, that's pretty awesome. It's a different pace here, man. You know, this is the way to live.
I do enjoy it. Love that Waffle House, man. I need a Waffle House. I'm trying to tell you, that was like I like your restaurant and all. I guess you're some kind of good chef, but that Waffle House,
Man, I'm telling
that is
you.
a phenomenon.
It really is. It's good with boiled peanuts. It's whiskey.
Oh, yeah? That's good. Oh,
So
that is
good,
nice.
man. It's so good. How's visit to Charleston?
Oh, it's been great. This is a special place. It really is.
Well, it's very unique. It's been a lot of fun to watch the food scene here go from kind of what everybody else is doing and was doing to doing something very singular, very special.
And when you got a tradition and when you have tradition and recipes and a story behind food like you have here, that's a really cool thing.
Well, the thing is I'm still discovering stuff here. I've been here 12 years.
Oh, that barbecue that Rodney gave us was sick, man.
He is a force to be reckoned with, man. Like, you know, you talk about Europe, everybody travels hours to go to El Bulli or travels hours by car to go to Michel Bras. It's the same thing here. We just do it for barbecue. Got a hit?
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah.
You did. It bit right below the hook.
Yeah. So that's an intelligent mother fish too. Big and intelligent.
So just hook up under the bottom lip.
Ouch. Oh. Open. Open up, mother. Whoa, he's up my legs. Because that's anal-seeking bait. What do you think you're doing, buddy? It's like one of those vampire. It's like one of those anal-seeking. Those fish in the Amazon that swim up your coal. Yeah, nice try, buddy.
It's quiet on the river this morning. Ain't nobody on the water but me. But the sun's coming on and it won't be long, but there's a little more weight coming in this creek. I put the line out in the water.
Who doesn't want to end with this? The old fishing hole. Quality bourbon, no need for shoes.
I think the crabs are down there just having a minnow buffet.
In such circumstances, whether you actually catch any fish is completely beside the point.
Oh, man, not bad for a Yankee.
Good, man. That was better than my last cast.
Making noise with the alligator boys, 20 miles east of Goshen.
Welcome to my place of dreams, my spirit house, a city of ghosts.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la-la.
Hue in central Vietnam is someplace I've never been before. But it's still Vietnam. With all the things, the smells, the sounds, the details I love so much. First night in country, it's like sliding into a warm, deeply comforting, familiar bath. I've been all over Vietnam, a place I feel a special connection to. My first love, a place I remain besotted with, fascinated by.
So back in Vietnam, one of my favorite places on earth, and all of the things I need for happiness. Low plastic stool, check. Tiny little plastic table, check. Ooh, something delicious in a bowl, check.
In this case, a local specialty, com hen, clam rice. Sweet, meaty little local clams out of their shells, tossed with a wild swirl of mung beans, white rice, spicy green chilies, crunchy roasted peanuts, fried pork rind, and cilantro. And a similar variation with rice noodles.
Got fish sauce with chilies in it, and whoa, that'll just singe your eyebrows off. Throw some chilies in.
Hit with some hot clam broth, and you're on your way. I'm back in Vietnam. Shit-eating grin for the duration. A giddy, silly, foolish man beyond caring.
And a cold local beer. Buddha, my preferred brand whenever in Hue. Clams with pork cracklings. How could that not be good? This is the way so many of the great meals of my life have been enjoyed. Sitting in the street, eating something out of a bowl that I'm not exactly sure what it is. Scooters going by. So delicious. I feel like an animal. Where have you been all my life? Fellow travelers, this is what you want. This is what you need. This is the path to true happiness and wisdom.
Located on the north and south banks of the Perfume River in central Vietnam. Mountains behind, sea ahead, an arrangement determined by criteria both military and spiritual. For 143 years, Hue was the seat of power for the Nguyen dynasty, which ruled the entire country until the late 1800s, when the French started taking power and land under their control. The French allowed the imperial throne to rule nominally the center of the country until the end of World War II in 1945. Hue has been celebrated for its dynastic architecture since the early 1800s. Vast palaces, pagodas, and tombs. A center as well for the intellectual, artistic, culinary, and religious life of the country.
Oh yeah, that's tempting. It's around here somewhere.
This is Dong Ba Market, and deep inside, somewhere in there, is what I want.
To my way of thinking, in the hierarchy of delicious, slurpy stuff in a bowl, Bun Bo Hue is at the very top.
$3 to $5. This one
Nguyen Quy Duc is an author and journalist who spent much of his childhood in Hue.
If I'm gonna die, if I'm gonna go to prison, they give me the last meal, this will be it. This will be it.
Let's do it, man.
Here, Kim Chow creates an elaborate broth of mixed bones scented with lemongrass, spice, and fermented shrimp paste. At the bottom, rice noodles garnished, nay heaped, with tender, slow-cooked beef shank, crab meat dumplings, pig's foot, and huiet, blood cake. Garnished with lime wedge, cilantro, green onions, chili sauce, shredded banana blossoms, and mung bean sprouts, it's a wonder of flavor and texture. The greatest soup in the world.
Look at that, man. That is just unbelievable. Blood cake?
Blood cake.
With the sauce. Wow. I want to see how much you put in there.
You gotta make it look really red in there. It has to be blood red.
And the broth is wonderful. People are put on earth for various purposes. I was put on earth to do this. Eat noodles right here.
When I was a kid, we used to tell each other, do not take a date to go out to eat this stuff, because you start sweating, your hair stick up.
Really? I would definitely bring a date for this, because if she doesn't like this, there's no hope of a relationship.
That's exactly.
You know, like if she said, oh, I don't know, there's like blood, there's icky stuff in there, that would be a relationship ender to me. I mean, I'm not kidding.
I mean, here you are having it in a market like this, but if she makes this in a place like New York or Paris, it would be real haute cuisine.
It just, I mean, this is as sophisticated and complex a bowl of food as any French restaurant. It really is just the top of the mountain. How long has she been here?
She started out when she was 12.
You live in a great country, man. Any country that could produce this is a superpower as far as I'm concerned. Man, I'm getting down to like the pepper residue at the bottom. How long does that broth have to simmer to get good?
Em ơi, cái nồi này mình nấu bao nhiêu lâu thì mới ngon? It's an hour.
Wow, really? I would have guessed like 14 hours. Happy, nice burny feeling around my lips, flop sweat, check. Happy. So we can pretty much cancel the rest of the show. I've achieved my happy zone. It's really all downhill from here.
My oldest friend in Vietnam, Linh. Originally assigned to translate, to guide, to escort, and to report on me back in 2000 when I first came to this country.
Linh, how are you, brother?
My brother.
Good to see you.
His responsibilities to his employers have never been an impediment to our friendship. We meet at Zuyen An, where you pick your own seafood out of the tank and you cook it yourself.
You really do look exactly the same. You look good.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You also the same. No trace of time on your face.
Dude, my hair is white. I have the pictures. I look completely different in 2000.
People told me that all the seafood here are from the lagoon over here, Tam Giang. Tam Giang Lagoon is one of the biggest one in Southeast Asia.
I'm going for some eel. Season with lemongrass, green chili, and pepper, drizzle with house special sauce, grill over charcoal, and dig in.
I have the picture with you.
Oh, you have some old photos? Oh, my, look at me, come on. I look like my own son here, look at this. I look like I'm 30 years younger. And that's...
My son, Ming.
Ming?
He's now 17.
Oh, my God, he's going to college soon. Wow. Oh, this at the island of Mr. Sang?
Tuần Châu Island in Ha Long Bay.
Hanoi?
Hanoi by the West Lake.
Oh, my God, look at that. We look cool. We totally look cool here. But does everybody fall in love with the country like I did? I came here and it stole my heart, you know?
I think there's a very good meeting point between Vietnamese and American.
Yeah.
But in the past, it was over, and now it's a new time.
Wow, that's great. Dude, that's pretty spicy. Perfect with beer.
It stimulates more drinks.
Lobster from the South China Sea. Give it a nice haircut tableside, and it's perfect.
Sweet.
Sweet. Just like I remember back in Nha Trang.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm a sentimental guy, Len.
Sometimes at work, I try to be serious and I just think about work, but I don't know why. When I meet you, I just think about drinking and getting something good to eat. One more cheer.
Good to see you again, my friend.
It's been a long time since my old friend and I met. A hell of a lot of road with this guy. One of the great joys of life is riding a scooter through Vietnam. To be part of this mysterious, thrilling, beautiful choreography. Thousands upon thousands of people, families, friends, lovers, each an individual story glimpsed for a second or two in passing, sliding alongside, pouring like a torrent through the city. A flowing, gorgeous thing. As you ride, you not only see but overhear 100 intimate moments in miniature. You smell wonderful unnamed things cooking, issuing from storefronts and food stalls. The sounds of beeping, laughing, announcements from speakers, the putt-putt and roar of a million tiny engines. Hue's place in history, long regarded as the heart of the Imperial dynasty, changed forever during the Vietnam War. In 1968, Hue became the site of some of the most bitter fighting of the war. During the Lunar New Year, the Tet holidays, when usually there was a cessation of hostilities, more than 100 cities all over South Vietnam were attacked by the North Vietnamese and VC. Hue quickly fell. You have seen these images. It was footage like this that turned finally a great part of the American public against the war. The U.S. Marines fought house to house to retake the city, a vicious 3.5-week-long battle. Eventually, artillery and air support were called in. The city was saved, and of course, largely destroyed in the saving. The civilian population caught in the crossfire were equally devastated. The North Vietnamese, to their enduring shame, had, while controlling the city, rounded up anyone seen as a potential enemy and either disappeared them away into unknown prisons or killed them outright. Most notoriously when they massacred almost 3,000 people, rolling them, many of them still alive, into mass graves in and around Hue. Duc knows full well the horrors and heartbreak of that time. In his memoir, Where the Ashes Are, The Odyssey of an American Family, he captures the terror of a 9-year-old boy, the son of a high-ranking South Vietnamese civil servant, caught up in the nightmare of war.
Where were you in 1968?
I was at the place where it's now a hotel. My parents were staying there. We were staying there. It was surrounded during the night. We didn't even know. My father looked out the window, just thought it was South Vietnamese soldiers. Everybody was surprised. In those days, we thought of the war as something happening out in the battlefields, in the mountains, out in the countryside. And all of a sudden, you come here and there's the flag of the National Liberation Front. And to see that was a complete shock. So we stayed for a week in the basement, and the American soldiers came. By that time, they had marched my father away, the North Vietnamese soldiers. We didn't know where he was taken to, and we had no idea whether he was alive or not. My mother went out to the mass graves when they were discovered, and she saw the bodies in there, and she's like, I can't go there and look for him.
A lot of people died here.
You can't help thinking about these people who died when they're young, who died for no reason, who just got caught in the firefights. We have the Day of the Dead here, the Day of the Wandering Souls, and we honor those who are not buried within their home village, are not taken care of, their spirits are not taken care of. There are families here who don't have a death date, which is huge. A death anniversary in Vietnamese is when you do the ceremonies, you pay attention to the dead. You can't do that if you don't know when they really died. You just assume those people are just never liberated spiritually, that they are stuck in that space. It was like that for my father. Because he was in prison, we had no news for him. You couldn't set up an altar. You just hoped that he was alive. 10, 12, 15, your friends are going out doing things. You would just have this weight on you that your father is somewhere imprisoned or in the jungles. And that stuff stayed with me for 40 years in my mind. I don't know how many Vietnamese have that kind of experience. At the same time, I come back to Hue, my hometown, my family's hometown. I'm glad people are alive, people are living, things are happening, things are changing. We need to let the country open up and let the people have a moment of enjoyment, have a better life.
I mean, obviously I'm an outsider, but it just seems to me as a casual observer, you could pretty much survive anything.
That's what my brother reminds me when I used to get all upset about things happening in Vietnam. He said, look, it survived 4,000 years. It will do okay. And when you ask me to be hopeful, I'm hopeful because it's a young country. It's a young population that's energetic, and that drives me, that gives me hope, that makes me young, that makes me want to believe in this country. And this town is such a wonderful place to be.
Boy Tran is a painter and something of a throwback, an anomaly, a creature from another earlier time in the life of the one-time imperial city. She lives in an area called Tien An Hill, in a magnificently restored compound. These traditional wooden houses were once part of the regal style with sloped roofs to handle the rainy Hue weather. But most importantly, they feature a garden at the center, which follows the Eastern philosophy that all things originate from a single source and expand in all directions. Since the loss of her beloved son, she's lived here, surrounded by her garden and her art. Occasionally, she invites guests and friends. There's Doc, writer and food blogger Lan, art collector Jean-François Hubert, and Philippe Damas. So this is your home, also a gallery?
Yes, I design and my people work.
She also cooks magnificently from a repertoire of Imperial Hue-era dishes numbering over 100. Back in dynastic times, the emperors demanded variety, in wives, of whom they would sometimes have over 100, and in food. The menus of the 19th century imperial palaces boasted new dishes every night, small, flavorful, and beautifully presented. And that culinary tradition, which gave Hue its reputation as a food capital, continues today. How much of that persists, those imperial roots, that need for variety?
Dạ con, dạ mãi mãi, dạ con.
Yes, the tradition has stayed, and it will stay forever here to cook all these different things all the time.
We start with bird's nest soup, a delicacy to which I am usually immune. This one is unusually flavorful. These are swallows' nests from high up on cliffs near Nha Trang. They're soaked in water, cooked in chicken stock, and served with crab meat. Lotus seeds, a symbol of purity, nobility, and patience from a nearby lake. Steamed. Crab roe is mixed with red onion, pepper, and seasoning and added to the soup, and simmered.
Cái đặc biệt của bạn Huế, riêng Huế thì Trân thấy là họ rất ít gia vị. Vì những cái thực phẩm nó tươi ngon và rất ít, giống như nhà Trân là nấu ít gia vị lắm.
The symbolic and health aspects of many of these dishes not to be overlooked.
This is fantastic. Lovely. How does Hue differ from the rest of Vietnam?
A wonderful architecture and very quiet people. If you stay some time in Hue, after some days you feel quiet. You take your time.
Yes, ở Huế thì đồ ăn là phong phú hơn vì cái sông mình nằm gần biển và những cái con cá mà nó sống giữa hai cái dòng nước. Chắc anh biết ở cầu Hai nước ngọt, mấy cái chỗ đó là con cá nó rất ngon. Rất là nhiều cá ngon sống giữa hai dòng nước, cho nên ở Huế thì nó phong phú hơn.
Goi Hue is a traditional dish that's seldom made these days because of its complexity and the time needed to do it right. A fish stock is made from kabang, a fish from the Perfume River. Pineapples, onion, chilies, shallots, and coriander. A salad of quickly cooked prawns, rice noodles, ginger, red chili, garlic, and galangal. Layer of rice noodle, banana flour, then the prawns, garnishes. The strained fish stock is brought to the table with the salad in separate bowls and combined just before eating.
Is it spicy for you?
No, it's good.
Seafood is very spicy.
Oh, no, I like it. What I found when I first came to this part of the world, Vietnam in particular, my palate changed. I needed an elevated level of chilies and heat.
Much of Vietnamese cooking abides by principles of yin and yang, heat and cold. This one, a lobster dish with 5 spices, balances the coldness of the lobster with the heat of the spices. Red onion, ginger, lemongrass, and chilies are added to the boiling water to cook the lobster. Once the lobster's cooked, it's presented in a bowl of lime leaves, and the stock is poured over it.
Whoa, that's beautiful. We're getting into this with our hands, I'm guessing. I like this. It's beautiful.
The winter here is unbelievable. It's very cold and wet. That's why we have chili to keep us warm.
Boi Tran spoils all of us with a succession of dishes. But the past, as it often does in a place like this, intrudes.
Hue, it's dealt with a lot of suffering. The people in Hue are very withdrawn in some ways.
Smiling, but of course, they remember everything. They have to remember the war in 1968.
I was visiting my grandfather's house, and I got goosebumps because I knew during the war in 1968, lots of people were killed, and they were buried on all the sidewalks there. And I walk around there and I feel it. It's dark, it's somber, and the history is there.
There's like every meter of hay there's a dead person. My mom, she never wanted me to go home after like 10. She get angry if I go home at 11 or something. That scares me, so normally when I go home at 9, I try to go home very early.
Riding a boat along the river, you sort of feel there are things living in the water and the trees and the darkness out there.
Know your enemy, they say. Know who it is you're facing out there. Who are they? Why do they fight? What are they willing to endure in the furtherance of their cause? These, one would think, are simple questions useful in any conflict. Meet the enemy. Okay, he was only an infant during our 9-year-long war. But Quoc Tan's experience should be instructive.
Năm đó thì vào giữa năm 1967, giữa năm rất ác liệt.
In 1965, the United States initiated a sustained bombing campaign called Rolling Thunder, hoping to destroy an elusive enemy in villages like this one. Vinh Moc, which was less than 20 miles from forward U.S. Marine fire bases just south of the DMZ. This is where Tan was born. As the target of frequent bombings, the village of Vinh Moc moved underground, up to 100 feet down into darkness.
Sau khi mẹ đưa đây sinh thì mình nằm ở dưới đây là 6 năm.
The villagers carved over 5,000 feet of tunnels out of the earth, creating a complex that would house all 90 families of Vinh Moc, 13 entrances and exits leading from the inland to the beach. Showing me through the labyrinth is Con Tak.
And careful.
Born in Hue during wartime, she's since moved to the DMZ to work as a guide.
How did they dispose of all of this earth and rock without revealing the tunnels?
The craters, craters were everywhere on the, like that landscape on the moon.
Right.
And the dirt of the craters are so fresh, look new. So they need to hide that, just leave them there.
This was the maternity ward where Tan was born.
And where did people sleep?
They have living places, just hold like this, but smaller, 2 square meters only, just enough to put a bamboo bed.
Hồi đó là
Trong cái phòng
ở trong phòng đó là cả trên em này là 4 người ở một đố, vì mẹ với hai chị.
How long did it take to build?
20 months digging.
20 months of digging by hand.
With shovels and hoes, it walked up. The farmer, they dug with their tool.
Right.
Under the bombing.
While the bombing is going on, they're down here digging this out.
Không sợ, đây là không sợ, vì đó mình chỗ đất chúng mà tiếng nụ hắn khắn to, bởi cái sợ sập miệng là trong này đang sập. Chúng cái mặt này là bẩn này, nó còn hai bên này rồi này, cũng là rung hết cả rung như thế, giống hơn vì cái mặt này là đất rất dày, cái gọp.
Wow. How many children here?
Thời đó em khoảng tới hơn 30 người đó. Bởi vì nếu mà lớn lên là cho đi là 8, còn ai nhỏ dài thì mới trên.
How did they play?
Bé nó đuổi nhau chạy lũ chạy tới đó và lúc nào mà gọi về ngủ thì lom về ngủ.
So much of the time you're in total darkness?
Yeah.
You can't see your mother.
Some people, they say that even when the parents, feed the children, they need to turn their face and find their mouth and feed them.
Wow.
Children played here. But people also emerged from these tunnels to kill or cripple Americans, to shoot them, to plant booby traps. And that's what they did. 6 years in darkness. And at the end of the war, the people of Vinh Moc emerged from that darkness. And what did they do?
What was that like after living in darkness for so long? What was it like to come out and be able to spend the rest of his life in the sun?
Hồi nữa đi ra ngoài và trở lại với cuộc sống bình thường anh thấy đó. Tại vì sinh ra trong địa đạo và ra ngoài trời đi.
Lúc mà mẹ mà vì cán bộ là họ cho rời lên đất liền, là lên sau đất liền thì sáng sủa quá mừng như nữa. Làm lại nhà cửa, đi cắt trấn cột té kèo nữa làm lại nhà. Đó mới đi biển theo bộ đi biển để chưa.
Thank you. Wow, ready.
Cảm ơn. Thank you.
Looks kind of like a mackerel.
Đó, bóc hạt để ăn thôi.
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Last question, hypothetical. If the French or the Japanese or the Americans suddenly decided they want to, for some reason, come back, would he fight?
Cái đấy mà họ đụng chạm họ gây mình thì là tất nhiên mình phải mà, bởi vì con người mình là một, đất nước mình là hai nhé, mà họ đến tham quan hay du lịch thì vô tư vui vẻ thôi, có gì đâu.
That's different. They're all welcome if they're tourists.
There are particular sounds that come with waking up in rice country. At Tam Giang Lagoon, however, early morning is the end of the workday. As fishermen who've been out on the water tie up close to shore and sell their catch in the early mist. I'm meeting up with Lon for what she's promised will be a very tasty afternoon snack. Quan Bon Ole is set back from a quiet lane in the outskirts of town. It's a neighborhood place specializing in this. Bon Bayo, little pancake-like things made of rice flour, steamed in molds, and topped with crispy fried shallots and cassava paste and crumbled fried shrimp.
So show me how you eat this. What do we?
I had this when I was a little girl. So you try to beat it up like this.
Right, I got it. Just cut around the edge here.
I feel so clumsy. It's been a while.
Fold it over.
No, it's just...
Oh, it just. Oh, it's great.
This is so nostalgic to me. When I was younger, every noon, my mom asked me to take a noon nap. She said, if you take a noon nap, then I will buy you some bun. And I will sit there in front of our house waiting for her. Yeah, waiting for her with a dish, an empty dish waiting for her. She will come and then my mom will buy it for me. You do a hairstyle. Yeah. At the end of the meal, we say who eat the most. Like.
Oh, so you have a stack? That's way style? Good, I'm glad I'm fitting in. Ooh, what are they eating in the banana leaf? Are we having one of those too?
Yep, we have everything.
Oh, good, okay. I don't want to leave anything out here.
Oh yeah, there's bon bot lok made of cassava or tapioca with pork and more shrimp from the lagoon, wrapped like a tamale in banana leaf, then steamed.
So even open the thing is also an art. In Vietnam, we still learn how to wrap the thing, and you learn how to unwrap the thing. So unwrap the thing is also an art thing that you
Oh, really? I'm watching you. Let's get this right.
You do it right.
Oh,
You're perfect.
Right.
I think you're an expert. Maybe the life before you was born in Huế.
In a past life? Yes.
Yeah.
So this is shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
Pick it up and dip, right? Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Oh, they're pretty too. Look at that.
But lok is very honest. You can see through what inside.
You call this type of eating an choi,
enjoys like for fun or playing. Then-
Recreational eating.
Yeah.
So it's not a main meal, it's a snacking.
Yeah.
Banh Ram meat is a delicious marriage of fried and glutinous sticky rice dumplings. It starts with frying the paste in cooking oil. Then, unpeeled shrimp are stuffed into dough. Place the chewy part with the crunchy part and sprinkle with chopped fried shrimp.
Oh, wow. Oh, that looks awesome. What is underneath?
Rice base,
Rice. Oh, okay.
but on the top is steamed, and at the back is fried thing.
Well, that's great. Oh, it's nice and crispy and greasy. I love it. Anybody would love this. It's just amazing.
It's a combination between the soft and
The soft and the crispy, crunchy. Delicious.
Last ride, a few miles out of town, whip across the rice paddies. Just getting from here to there, this part of the world, it's pure pleasure. I'm meeting my friends for a country lunch.
What's the specialty at this restaurant? You were saying chicken and baked in clay?
Yes.
Another friend from the past, Ha Pham, Lynn, of course, Lon, and a new friend from Hue, Tan. A last meal, some goodbyes.
I have a question. What makes you stay so long in Hue? Because normally travelers, they come to Hue, they stay only 1 or 2 nights and that's it.
Really?
What's your impressions about Hue?
It's very laid back. The food's great. It's pretty. There's a lot to see. It's a perfect place to go if you want to take your time. It's beautiful to me. Food's coming.
Out here, there are a lot of dishes like this. Fill a chicken with lemongrass, wrap it in banana leaves, then cover with the muddy clay from the nearby rice paddies. Cook in the coals or a pile of burning straw if you like. Unwrap carefully tableside. Section with shears.
Smells so good. Make me hungry.
Serve with a little lime and salt, maybe some chili sauce. Squash, bitter melon, and morning glory greens for veggies.
That's good.
Some unexpected last words.
On behalf of people in Hue, thank you for your comment.
Thank you for having me.
We wish you would have a pleasant trip, safe and sound and success.
Thank you.
I learned many things from American. I still remember some poems such as Stopping by Goose on a snowy evenings. I can sing it.
Please.
Yeah. Sometimes drink a lot of beer, I forgot. Whose schools these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. You cannot see me stopping here to watch his schools fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without our farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bell a second to ask if there's some mistakes. The only other sound of easy wind and downy flake. And something like...
Bravo.
So we wish you have a good trip, have a good flight. Will you come back after you return to New York?
I'll come back to Vietnam, always. Cheers, everybody, and thank you, all of you, for all your help.
Cheers all the time.
This is who came out of the ground, out of the jungle, the darkness, when it was all over. And this is what they did. Some time ago, something crawled or slithered or grew like a fungus. Something that started small, got bigger, lurched like a swamp thing out of the mud and moist earth and humid nights of the Delta. Then, it took over the world. So next time some smart-ass ferner, horrified by our latest ham-fisted foreign policy blunder, wonders out loud, what good is America? Well, you can always pipe up that the blues, rock and roll, R&B, and soul all came out of this place. One state, Mississippi.
I took a walk through this beautiful world. Felt the cool rain on my shoulder. Found something good in this beautiful world. I felt the rain getting colder. Sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la.
Right now we're in the middle of downtown Jackson, Ferris Street.
It's a street with a lot of history, what it used to be like back in the day.
The street was packed with folks. Folks all over, they had their own restaurants, grocery stores, juke joints. I mean, everything happened on Ferris Street that happened in Jackson for the African-American community.
The state capital of Jackson, Mississippi, located along Interstate Highway 55, just outside what's known as the Mississippi Delta. It's the kind of place that makes you wonder, why did they make it the capital? Until you grab hold of what used to be around here. Ferris Street used to be the hub of African-American life in this city, its black commercial cultural center. When Dr. King came to town, he came here. Everybody did. Medgar Evers had an office just upstairs, here. Musicians like Tommy Johnson, Sonny Boy Williamson II, and Elmore James all played here, and the likes of Duke Ellington, Cab Calloway, Count Basie, and Louis Armstrong all took the stage at places like the Crystal Palace Ballroom and the Alamo on Farish Street.
What happened? Where did it all go?
What killed Ferris Street was integration. Once we were able to branch out of our own indigenous black-run businesses, the black-owned businesses died.
Right.
So great for the black race, but terrible for the black business. In fact, the only reason you're coming to Ferris Street right now is you have 2 churches, 2 funeral homes, and the Big Apple Inn. So you're gonna either die, worship, or come to my place to eat, and that's the only trap you have.
All 3 in that, you know.
Right.
Not in that order, but.
Want them hot? How y'all doing today?
Back when things were hopping, Gino Lee's great-grandfather, Juan Big John Mora, moved to Mississippi from Mexico City, started a family with an African-American woman in Jackson. He sold hot tamales out of a steel drum on the corner. In 1939, he moved the operation inside, right here. Now, the last restaurant on the street. Lurking inside, waiting for us, is John T. Edge, who leads the Southern Foodways Alliance.
Mr. Edge, how you doing?
Well, sir.
Who makes a point, a mission, out of knowing and teaching as much as he can about the real culinary traditions of the South, and doing what he can to keep them alive and unmolested.
Thanks, sir.
Look at that. Awesome. It's just like a dream sandwich.
What you go for here are smokes, smoked sausage sandwiches, and these magnificent beauties, pig ear sandwiches called ears. Both pretty much served with the same garnishes of slaw, mustard, homemade hot sauce on a soft bun.
Now, as I understand it, originally this was one of those, nobody wants these things, they're dirt cheap.
That's exactly right. In fact, by dirt cheap, the ears were actually free.
Right.
When my great-grandfather started getting the pig ears, the local butcher was giving them to him because he was just throwing them away.
It's everything we love about pig, the texture, it makes it fatty, lean, all of that. Oh, that's good. Man, that is just hard to beat.
Isn't it good? Mm-hmm. It's a good sandwich.
And of course, some hot tamales, which at this point in history are about as Mississippi as they are Mexican. Like the blues, they came out of Mississippi in the early 20th century as Mexican migrant workers came in to replace African Americans who were headed to work in the great factories and stockyards of Chicago and Detroit.
You know, sitting down here, eating tamales, we can sketch a history of Mississippi. And that's kind of what I'm most interested in doing, helping Southerners understand that their foods are as African as they are Western European. And
If not
hopefully
more.
by way, if not, largely more, you know, music and, you know, all the other cultural expressions of the South. I think food is a sneaky way of getting at some of the serious stuff we've been talking about.
As I told you before, I didn't know what a cool job or what a cool restaurant I had until you showed it to me. I'm just making a living. You know, just like a lot of folks around Mississippi. We're not trying to make history. We're not trying to increase tourism. All we're doing is doing what we do.
There is a discomfort level about exploring Southern foodways, or particularly Mississippi foodways.
Right.
When you're talking about high-end traditional Southern cooking, you're talking plantation slavery cooking, because that's where these recipes came from. So to revel in that, you don't want to tumble into nostalgia. The potential for awkwardness and offense is enormous.
I want to be careful. I'm not saying that's what I want the South to be. I'm saying that's what people come South looking for.
Right.
They come to the South looking for the past preserved in an ember. But the reality is something different. I don't want to fix it in the past. I don't want to fix it in 1865 or 1965. I want it to progress and change. I want to document the change along the way and celebrate that change along the way. The burden of race is upon us, and we ain't gonna shake it. And that can make us better.
I'm a Yankee. So for me, it's kind of shocking to see this flag. It means a lot of things to a lot of people. First and foremost, meaning I'm not a Yankee and I don't much care what you think. There's no doubt that much of Mississippi history is ugly. From slavery, which was pretty much the backbone, the foundation of industry here from the get-go, to Jim Crow, lynchings to church burnings. 14-year-old Emmett Till, killed for talking sass to a white lady in 1955. The assassination of Medgar Evers in 1963. The murders of civil rights workers James Chaney, Michael Schwerner, and Andrew Goodman in 1964. Hell, they had to send in 30,000 armed federal agents, National Guardsmen, and military police just to enforce federal law allowing a black man to attend state college. A notion that was, shall we say, less than popular here. To be honest, that was about all I had for an image of the state of Mississippi. That was all I knew, and it hadn't occurred to me to look further. But I've traveled the world since then, and I visited and learned to love many places not my own, cultures and beliefs very different from the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Why can't I love Mississippi?
All bets are off, I'm through talking. Never gonna fall from my spot, I move August. In September, block your October. So you should be thankful the party's not over. We won the race cause they ran a lame campaign. I'm over here cooking victory, you wanna taste?
Pi Infamous is a proud son and resident of Mississippi, a youth mentor in Jackson's church and public school systems, owner of a marketing agency, and hip-hop artist.
This town, it feels empty. Where is everybody?
I think one thing is a lot of people think that you have to leave Mississippi to be able to do something great. But I think a lot of it is there's so much bubbling in the undercurrent that sometimes isn't seen. And I think it takes an artist who usually takes something that's blank and creates something that's awesome to be able to see the potential in the place in a canvas, so to speak, that has been vacated by others.
Soul Wired Cafe, one of a number of places where something is going on, where artists, entrepreneurs move into workshops, performance spaces, set up something new and good in formerly abandoned and neglected parts of town.
Yeah, you know the name already, so there's no need for intro. Gather around, get close. The hood is, that's exactly why the hood's here. And if you're trying to find, better look here.
This is a deeply, deeply conservative state, to say the least, right? This is a tough question because I've got my own opinion. Is it more racist in New York?
So I think there are some deeply ingrained problems in Mississippi that are connected to a very ugly past that we share with some other southern states. However, I think as far as we talk about racism expressed through a classist lens, I think Mississippi and New York are on par, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Pie Infamous is originally from Clarksdale in the Delta and went to Ole Miss, but he's neither left nor lost faith. He feels an obligation to empower, uplift, educate, to contribute.
One of the important tasks of musicians is being able to really speak truthfully about what's going on without fear of reprisal, right? It allows the audience then to say, you know what, you're right. Now that you put it to a nice melody or to a nice beat, or you say it in that way, and hopefully then that engages them more and allows them to move. And I don't think any movement in the world has not had a soundtrack, right? Regardless of what it is. And so that's our job.
The hood here, that's exactly why the hood's here. And if you're trying to find, better look here. Close to lines, scared to cross. It's not fair to y'all. Make rules, break rules.
Depending on what metrics you're using, the Mississippi is somewhere between the 10th and the 4th largest river in the world. One thing for sure, it's big, and it's freaking strong. Also, you really gotta put your back into it if you're crazy enough to want to paddle a canoe around in its fast-moving waters. What's the source of the Mississippi?
Well, anywhere Raindrop falls in 44% of America. Its furthest reach is Three Forks, Montana. If you follow the volume of water, 2/3 comes down the Ohio River. But most people say Lake Itasca, Minnesota.
John Ruskey is what I guess you'd call a river rat. In 1998, he started the Quapaw Canoe Company, a custom outfit that leads guided expeditions on the Mississippi River and its tributaries. As a central part of his operations, he trains local kids from Mississippi and across the river in neighboring Arkansas under an apprentice program, teaching skills like hand-carving canoes, outdoor survival, and the ins and outs of guiding and the history of the river. Most of these kids come from pretty distressed neighborhoods, and the intent is that once trained up, they'll stay with the company.
Nice paddling, Tony. You got the feather down.
Thank you. I'll be feeling that tomorrow. Buck Island. Most of the island could be under 45 to 50 feet of flowing river water from April to June with the spring ice melt and rainstorms.
We do a lot of cooking with Dutch ovens out here.
Multi-purpose and indestructible.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and the next step in this thing is that here are the greens, and we should stuff as many greens as we can into that pot.
You know, this right here?
Uh-huh.
All right. So how does your program work? Around what age are they generally when they get first time?
Teenagers. And as soon as they can hold a paddle, the only thing we ask is interest and commitment.
Well, what does that mean, commitment?
We have this thing called the 3 R's, which is respect of yourself, getting good sleep, eating good food, especially before we go on a trip. Second one is respect of other people, other paddlers, and of course the clients. And then the third thing is taking care of the river. And you know, they've been told by their parents, don't get on the Mississippi River. And maybe they don't even know how to swim. And you know, for a young man or woman, overcoming a fear like that and getting in the canoe and then to have people come and appreciate what you're doing is a life-changing experience. But within that is this incredible, bright, and beautiful spirit that is intact in the Delta.
Sweet potatoes, greens, into the Dutch ovens. Throw on the corn when getting close. Finally, on the wet logs on top of glowing coals, lay some steaks, some pork loin and pork tenderloins right on there. Just keep an eye on them. Good, we got a full spectrum of steaks. Potatoes perfect.
Corn on the cob?
Yeah. Hunk of bread. Living large on the Mississippi. And yes, there is too much food for 2 people. And yes, that is a whole hell of a lot of meat. And I know it would be awful to waste all that extra. But don't worry. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Because these gentlemen are tired and hungry. Welcome, gentlemen.
Right on, Quapos. Come on. Corn on the cob here, greens.
Oh, I'll be cookie. Yeah, got a little more of this. Oh, looking good.
Excuse me.
I don't want to say I'm good, but I'm good. All right. Pork, sir? Who's Mr. Steak here? You, sir? You got? Who needs steak? I feel all Crocodile Dundee. Beautiful. So all that paddling, how bad am I going to hurt tomorrow? Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
I tell you, I got the meat in.
That hesitation, not a good sign. Those tenderloins are nice. Good stuff. Man, we have mastered the wild today. The Mississippi Delta is a big sponge that stretches between the Yazoo and the Mississippi. It's what's called an alluvial floodplain of about 7,000 square miles, or almost 4.5 million acres. This area used to look very different. Massive, wild, old wood forests and swamps. After the passage of the cheerful-sounding Native Removal Act of 1830, the Delta became open for settlement by any white people crazy enough, hardy enough, determined enough, or just plain mean and greedy enough to come here.
They got that whole plate. They need that whole plate. 4 dozen. Do it again.
There's no way to make up for our bad racial past, but you do, the sense of community that keeps people here is evidenced in this place.
Julia Reed is Greenville born and raised, the daughter of a political family, a writer, author, and as Delta as it gets. How long have you been in Mississippi?
22 years. I came in 1992.
John Currents is a celebrated chef who left New Orleans to come to Mississippi and open first one, then many more restaurants and businesses in the town of Oxford.
I've stayed busy.
And this is Doe's Eat Place in Greenville. Hello, hi.
This is the great Florence Signal.
Wow, it's so good to meet you.
Florence in charge of the salad bowl and has been for, this is Florence's Doe Senior's sister-in-law. When did y'all open up, Florence? 1930? 41, close enough.
Like a lot of folks around here, Dominic Big Doe Signa got his start selling hot tamales to go. At the beginning, the place catered to the black community. But after word got out how good the food was, white people started coming, which led to a kind of weird accommodation to the segregation of the day. Blacks came in the front, white people snuck in the back. The menu expanded with the clientele. What human qualities are unique or marked in the native of Mississippi?
I cannot address Mississippi because, like I said, the Delta is a whole nother planet.
Okay, better question then. How does the lifelong Delta resident differ from
You had to be a little crazy to want to come in the first place because it was like the swamps, buddy. It was underwater. I mean, you had to be crazy to come, and you had to have enough money to make it work. So you had some sort of gamblers. I mean, that spirit still infuses the place. It's a little reckless. It's sophisticated because they'd all come from elsewhere. You go from the Delta to the hills. I mean, we're totally snobbish up here, even when we didn't have a right to be. I mean, where you just came from, Jackson. Are you kidding me?
Really?
You'd have to be paid money to go to Jackson from Greenville.
Do they feel the same way down there about you guys?
They don't get us because they ain't got no sense of humor.
So what about the food? Has this place changed at all?
No.
It's been 20 years since I was here last, and literally exactly the same.
Not much in the way of capital improvements or time motion study. The system, such as it is well, crazy. You eat right here in the kitchen. In the division of labor, the flow of work, well, I gave up trying to figure it out 5 minutes in and just figured I'll get loaded and eat all this delicious food. The salad thing is famous. Hand-tossed in the same wooden bowl for decades. The hot tamales, same as they ever was.
And
And those tamales are just incredible because they're made with the steak drippings and stuff that you're getting ready to see. So it greatly enhances the flavor. Oh my God.
I could eat them till I was sick.
Fries done in cast iron pan on the stovetop. The famous shrimp. Steaks on an old rollout broiler. Drippings all over the top.
And you know, you're not going to get skinny or healthy eating the hot tamales and fried shrimp and steak at Doe's. There's no question about it.
Oh, that's good.
Started right here.
Happy. It's the grease that makes it. Uh-huh. Man, that's good. No, you're right about those shrimp. They are delicious.
The shrimp? Oh, yeah.
Is there a dessert that I should be saving room for?
Are you kidding me? There is no dessert. It's pretty damn bare bones, my friend. If you ask for one, they'll give you a lollipop.
This is exactly what you expect in Mississippi, though, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to look like this.
You know, I moved here from Georgia, and the thing that struck me when I moved here, driving through the Delta the first time, was just how empty it was. It's like, you know, it's like everybody left.
The Great Migration. 3 factors. Automation, the invention of mechanical means to pick cotton, the call of better paying jobs in the industries of the North, and of course, freedom.
You know, people think about the blues as a lament. A lot of blues songs are about freedom, about getting the hell out of Mississippi, you know, and there were a lot of reasons to get the hell out of Mississippi for a long time. Now there's a return migration, and there's that whole period, late 60s, early 70s, where kids are bugging out of Brown University to come sit at the foot of an aged blues from Mississippi. There's a cyclical pattern to that. Now, you know, you see people kind of doing the same thing with food. Like there's a whole generation that wants to come down here and sit at the foot of an aged catfish cook.
State Senator Willie Simmons has been an elected official of the Mississippi Delta for 20 years. And he's been running this place, Senator's Place, for 11.
Now, what's the difference between soul food and traditional Southern food?
It depends upon the culture and what neighborhood you was in. If you were in the black neighborhood, then it became soul. We probably put a little bit more of the throwaway in our cooking. The pig feet, the pigtail, the neck bones, and all of that's fatty.
Now you're making me hungry. Now you are definitely.
Well, there's some neck bones out there.
Okay. Oh, excellent. So greens?
Turnip greens.
Oh, I'll have some of that for sure. Is that fried okra there? I'll have a little of that. Yeah, I might need more than one plate at this rate. Let me get some mac and cheese. What's that, lima beans and the red bean. Oh man, that looks kind of good too. Yeah, a little bit of that. Neck bones floating around somewhere? Okay, yeah, I'll have some of those. Little rice and gravy on there? Yeah, thanks. And, oh, I don't know, a piece of fried chicken there. If you got a thigh, that would be great.
Okra's perfect.
Yeah, it is. Oh, man, that's good.
Now, here in the South, if you want to, you can throw your fork away and just grab that egg bone. And...
Oh, yeah, I'll be working on that once.
We forgive you and don't hold it against you.
I'd eat this okra all day long, man. It's good.
And I don't know what you think about those greens and butter beans.
Oh, man, they're nice. Man, that's tasty. Do you think the right people get the credit for Southern cooking as we know it?
I do.
You think the right people get the credit? I mean, look,
I do. People know. People know who's behind this food, whether it's called soul food or whether it's called country cooking.
How is the Delta, the mindset in the Delta, different than the rest of the state?
No one else can compare with us. Like, there is no other senator who can sit and talk to you and tell you that they represent Dockery Plantation, where the blues supposed to have been born. There's no one else can tell you that in his district is the home of B.B. King. Can tell you that he represents the area where Fannie Lou Hamer came from, where Jerry Butler was born. Go on and name others, the staple singers. When we talk about the heritage and the culture and what comes out of the Delta, that's all within this little district that I represent. So the Mississippi Delta has that pride.
46 miles southeast is Greenwood, a town with a lot of history, most of it of the not good variety. Known, unfortunately, as much for Byron de la Beckwith and Tom Brady's infamous speech after Brown versus the Board of Education as anything else, fairly or not, it's hard to get past that. During all the years of cruelty and struggle from 1933 on, through it all, and until today, this place, Lusco's, was a beloved institution. Once a grocery store, it turned restaurant to the moneyed class, serving them in discreet quarters in the back, where one could enjoy an alcoholic beverage in what was then a dry state.
Still going after all these years and unchanged. Why?
This place is like a reliquary of like indiscretions past, you know?
But maybe to really tell the story of this place, you have to start with the story of its most famous employee, Booker Wright, who'd been working at Lusco's as a waiter since he was 14 years old.
Glad to see y'all. We don't have a written menu. I'll be glad to tell you what we're going to serve tonight.
In 1965, NBC News came to town, making a documentary on race relations. Booker's entertaining recitation of the menu at Lusco's was famous around town, so they asked him to do his usual routine for the camera.
We have fresh shrimp cocktail, Lusco's shrimp, fresh orchard on a half shell, baked orchard.
But at the end of his usual litany is where he dropped the truth bomb that nobody was ready for. Right here.
Now, that's what my customers, I say my customers, be expecting of me. Some people are nice, some is not. Some call me Booker, some call me John, some call me Jim, some call me nigger. All of that hurts, but you have to smile. If you don't, what's wrong with you? The meaner the man be, the more you smile, although you're crying on the inside. I'm not going to tip that nigga. You don't look for no tip. Yes, sir. Thank you. What did you say? Come back. Be glad to take care of you. So that's what you have to go through with. But remember, you have to keep that smile.
Telling the truth was still risky business in 1966 Mississippi, and Booker Wright was not rewarded for his candor.
It was not a good experience for him. It did not make him a star by a...
Not within the white community, but even though Stokely Carmichael maybe first chanted Black Power here, that was less important to the black community here than what Booker said on the NBC News.
Yeah.
The private dining rooms at Lusco's are still here. The menu, much the same. Steaks, fish, the famous broiled shrimp, the Lusco's special salad with the house Italian vinaigrette dressing, and a healthy dose of anchovy. Onion rings.
Salad makes me happy.
Yeah, me too.
Mostly the anchovies make me happy.
Yeah, love those.
Catfish for Mr. Edge, the famous pompano for me.
It's the kind of mark of being a great restaurant in the Delta, if you have pompano.
It's a big damn fish. No way I'm finishing this.
Sitting here, the booths, the curtains, the whole ring bell for service thing, it seems lost in time.
We got a long and ugly history, but one of the things I love about this place is you can't deny the burden of the past. It gets on your shoulders. It's right there. Like, America chooses to deny its problems, in many ways, and declares itself a post-racial society. That just shit doesn't fly in Mississippi. You can't claim that.
Oxford, Mississippi is a lovely, incongruously eccentric little island, a mutation, a college town, a magnet for writers, thinkers, and oddballs, drawn perhaps by its rich literary tradition as the home of one of our greatest authors, William Faulkner. Faulkner was a Mississippi native, a former postman, an outdoorsman, an eventual winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature and 2 Pulitzer Prizes for fiction. He never graduated high school. This was his house, Roanoke. Faulkner wrote such American classics as The Sound and the Fury, As I Lay Dying, Light in August, and Absalom, Absalom. And many of his works took place in a fictional county, a place very much like this place in Mississippi.
This is where Faulkner started his writing career, in this room here.
For the past 10 years, Bill Griffith has been curator at William Faulkner's estate.
He added this room on after he won the Nobel Prize. And on the wall here is an outline of one of his novels.
Yeah, I thought that was his greatest book.
Yeah, Faulkner thought this was his masterpiece.
Jack Pendarvis is the author of Your Body is Changing, The Mysterious Secret of the Valuable Treasure, and Awesome, as well as a staff writer for the game-changing animated series Adventure Time, all works of which I am a huge fan.
So we wrote right on the wall.
He just wrote on it.
It's his
That's
man
it.
cave.
Yeah, it's his version. He said that houses in Mississippi who have a family business have one room dedicated to the family business, and this family's business is writing.
From as early as 1919 through the early 60s, Faulkner wrote extensively about the post-Civil War South. He was the first author to do so, at a time when most writers were writing about anything but.
He always said that he wrote about a South torn between itself, torn between the old ways, the old traditional ways, and modern development. He said he was going to break the antebellum code.
Right.
And he did.
But
he did. And yet,
antebellum
he had those hobbies and interests that were definitely of a gentry class and a gentry nature.
His portrait and his horse.
Yeah, there's a great example of him in his writing habit. That's a great example. You do get to a certain level of success, and all of a sudden, this seems like a good idea. And it's never a good idea at that age.
At any age.
Exactly.
Was he politically active at all? I mean, there was a lot going on.
He's a middle-of-the-road Democrat. That's what he said. He said you have to bring black education up with white education. And since the state of Mississippi will not invest in black education, it's up to its citizens to do so. He said that segregation wasn't about being right or wrong. He said any sane, sober Southerner knows that it's wrong. It's about wanting to change or not. But people don't want to give up power. Fear is still alive and well in Mississippi. I think racism is one of those great things in the world that you'll never solve, and that's why Faulkner wrote about it.
Writers, as I know from looking in my own dark heart, are generally terrible people. Put 10 of them together and it's like putting your head in a bag full of snakes. I meet a bunch of them above City Grocery, John Currance's place on the square. There's the brilliant author Tom Franklin and his wife, the poet Beth Ann Fennelly. Grisham writer-in-residence Megan Abbott. Pendarvis, you know, poet Chioma Elliott. Wright Thompson is a senior writer for ESPN. Fellow writer on the series Treme, Chris Offutt. Novelist Ace Atkins. Poet Derek Harrell is originally from Milwaukee. Crime novelist Billy Boyle from Brooklyn. Downstairs, Currance's restaurant, City Grocery, cranks out many delicious things. The man known as Big Bad Chef, aka Johnny Snack, is sending some of those goodies upstairs, as there's nothing professional writers like more than free food.
Usually you put 5 writers in a room, it's an ugly hell broth of envy, hatred.
We all hate Tommy.
Right.
No, that goes without saying.
Even me, I hate me worst of all.
Around here, anyway, the writers are really supportive of each other. For writers to argue would be like arguing over a piece of dirt. I mean, what are we fighting about? The stakes are so low. Why would you be a jerk about it?
If Mississippi were a country and there were a national hero, dead or alive, by consensus, statewide, who would the statue be of?
Elvis.
Really? Wouldn't be B.B. King.
It should be. It should be B.B. King.
I mean,
yeah, but it would be Elvis.
But it would be Elvis.
Well, I mean, Mississippi is, you know, the joke is that it's not a state, it's a club, that it's so small that everybody knows everybody.
In the middle of Mississippi, Oxford is an oasis of thought and art and literature and feeling and sentiment and everything. They call this place the Velvet Ditch.
Why the Velvet Ditch?
I guess you just roll in, it's pretty friggin' comfortable, and you don't care much about getting out. Right? Am I right?
Well, no one here seems too bitter about that.
It's a place that needs help, but it's a really great place. We're never leaving.
Is there a distinctive barbecue style in the state of Mississippi?
No, not that we can really discern at all, and it's part of the reason that we wanted to do this. We got our hands on this place and sort of been puzzled for years, what Mississippi barbecue is all about. The more I dug into it, the less and less I could find. So what we wanted to do is sort of take a look at barbecue that surrounds us and see if we could sort of Frankenstein barbecue.
There isn't really any fixed idea of Mississippi barbecue. And other than this place, Lamar Lounge, John Currance's not-for-profit bar restaurant, there's no other pit-smoked whole hog barbecue in the entire state. A 175-pound pig will feed many mouths. About 250 people eat here a day.
Now, this is a not-for-profit establishment?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it sure is.
What kind of socialist, communist are you up to, Currance? What's going on here? This is the state of Mississippi.
Oh, just a feel-good kind of guy.
Me too. I've been here only a week, and my sentences, they're starting to change already, because it's not just a rhythm to the speech, but the way I'm organizing my thoughts is starting to change.
Some of the Oxford writers from last night managed to make it out of bed, heads pounding, no doubt, filled with a shame and self-loathing surely familiar for writers. But like such greats of the past as Malcolm Lowry, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Charles Bukowski, they too have learned that more alcohol first thing will often make you feel better about the world. Particularly if accompanied by freshly baked cornbread, biscuits, pulled pork off that whole hog, sweet jerk chicken, and brisket. Hell, I feel better already.
The Mississippi that I've received is not the Mississippi that I've had in my head, I was surprised on how sold I was off the bat. If you want to ride, come to Oxford.
You think that's true? Well, apparently, yes.
I mean, like that line in Barton Fink, you can't throw a rock without hitting a rider. Then he says, do me a favor, throw it hard.
It's easy to just look at Mississippi and go, that just happens down there, so we're good, our hands are clean. It's a totally misperceived place. When I came, I fell in love with a place I never thought that I would. There's something to it, but you can't put your finger on what it is.
What it is can be found in the dark spaces across the tracks and on the other side of town.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Red Cage Lounge, fronted by the cemetery and backed by the river. Leo Bud, welcome. Your mother.
What is a juke joint? You've heard reference to them, no doubt, but what is it? I guess the first thing you gotta know is it's pronounced juke joint. And this is a real good one. Scholars have suggested the word juke came from the Gullah, descendants of enslaved Africans, and it meant wicked or disorderly, to dance, or a place of shelter. Juke joints started as plantation community rooms during slavery times. They went on to become the small, private African-American run bars, clubs, and lounges. First in rural areas, then in towns and cities, where workers could dance, drink, party, and gamble as a respite from the hard labor of Delta sharecropping, tenant farming, house service, and segregation. They were often condemned by church leaders as houses of the devil. William Po'Monkey Seabury runs this place, as he has since 1963, and he makes the rules.
How long has this been a business?
I've been in this place 58 years. I'm 74.
How did you get into this business?
I just got into it. Something I like to do, and everybody come in and enjoy themselves. No problem.
And please explain this policy. You know, no hats backwards and no pants hanging down. What is
That's
that?
right, that's right. If you don't like my rule, don't come, cause.
What are the rules here? No rap music.
No. I'm about that bumper, bumper, bumper. I don't like that stuff. Give me a headache in the brain. I love all blues. All of it good to me, as long as it's blues.
Good R&B?
That's right, that's right.
But no rap?
No, no.
Never. Even if Kanye West wants to rent out the place, you gonna rent it to him?
Yeah, I'd rent it to him.
Okay, just in case.
So I ain't got time to work with them and keep down all this old bullshit. If you ain't come for a good time, stay away from him.
Words to live by. Well, thank you, sir. I love your place, and thank you for having us.
But you got to come back again.
Oh, I surely will.
I'll find somebody to get naked with you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, DJ, you can kick it back off.
Mama's a bad girl and she's bad. Thursday night, don't forget about it. Karma Radio.
Thursday night is family night at Po'Monkey's. Mostly locals, a mixed bag. The music is classic R&B and pre-disco soul. The attitude, loose. Just familiarize yourself with those rules and there won't be a problem. In the cities of the North, where I come from, in some ways we've been able to buy ourselves free from our past. New arrivals pour in with no memory of the ugly parts of our history. We can afford the luxury of the new. We can live in comfortable bubbles or apartments high in the sky. In many ways, more separate than at any time in history. But for Mississippi, the past is right there to see, still present. And coming to terms with it, not an abstract discussion, but the daily business of life.